Hey everybody. I'm getting a much later start today. Sundays are just slow days for me. I've come to realize I just don't move quickly on Sunday. Also, I did a lot of physical work yesterday and kind of wore me out, but in a good way. So I'm very pleased about that. Okay, so if you hear a little tinkling sound in the background, that's a fountain. I have had it for probably 15 years, but anyway, I love it. But I don't often use it because one of my cats would get up there and drink from it. So, but he's getting older and more sedate, and he doesn't. So it's actually kind of disturbing. But I'm running the fountain. I just felt like I needed the sound of water today, so maybe that will come up somehow. The need for the sound of water or nature, and I'm definitely going to try to get out for a walk. Meredith, what are you doing, honey? And she's kind of fidgety and making noise, one of the little cats. All of this is going to come into play. Hi, I'm Holly. I'm a psychic medium. Welcome. If so inclined, please subscribe to the channel, and if you are entertained, like the video if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. Everybody has free will, and I hope everyone remembers that. Okay. Today has sort of a disjointed energy. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Where is this coming from? Is it part of the reading? Is it just in the energetic waves flowing through right now? We've got a lot going on this month. Between a solar eclipse, with it being a leap year, at the end of February or leap day. The locusts are coming back out. So, March is a big month, it feels like. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of positive, rejuvenating, renewing change. And this is the month that all those seeds we planted the beginning of the year and the last 2 to 3 years, they're starting to come into fruition now. So that's good. That's positive. That's great. But I think we're having some growing pains, and we still have to shake off the vestiges of those last little bits of debris and dust. I know last night I had really horrible dreams. They were uncomfortable. It was just unpleasant, nothing catastrophic, nothing about the world, but just not pleasant, but anyway. So I think that was part of that, just shaking off and getting rid of the things that we don't need to hold, we don't need to hold on to any longer. So anyway, let's get into a card, because my head it feels really tight and it's kind of all over the place. And so I don't feel comfortable digging into a channel or even bringing spirit through right now, although I feel like spirit's close because I can just feel the tightening in my stomach and my chest and my head. So something's brewing, something's coming spiritually that may pop up here or once I'm not recording, but I don't know. So just take care, do what you need to do to take care of yourselves today. All right, this deck was jumping out very, very prominently for me in my mind. I had to go find it. And it's not like I have that many places for them to hide, a drawer here, a drawer there, but I had to take all the other cards out of the drawer to find it. And I don't even have that many, it's like some people have 100. That's not me. I use kind of my same little group all the time, but this one was buried. It's the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Okay. They are enormous. Just heads up. Very thick though, nice quality, but they're massive. They're like the size of my head or my face almost. So sometimes they're a little tricky to shuffle. Mother, Father, God, please come into this reading. I ask for the protectorate to surround. I ask for the higher selves of the collective to come in to help with the most direct messages for the collective. We are going to be okay. That's what I'm hearing. We are going to be okay. Oh gosh, my head is dizzy and my stomach feels weird. What's going on? Who's here? Someone unresolved, that's for sure. Who needs what? Who needs what? I'm hearing from the other, higher energy beings to keep shuffling. Just keep shuffling. See what card comes out. Why is this spirit not stepping forward? Because it's making me feel disjointed and uncomfortable and kind of nauseous. So that's not helpful. All right, split the deck. And this one. Ah. All right, thank you. I just heard it. Okay, so the first one I saw was the moon. So there's something being hidden or a truth not exposed. The spirit is saying yes. All right. And this one is Archangel Haniel. What does it say on the bottom? The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. And there's a little white dog. Growing up, I was always told that if you see a white dog, either in spirit, in your mind, or a literal one walks up to you or is in your periphery, very often it means death or death is coming. And we've got an unresolved spirit here. I feel like this was someone who was murdered. Why is she still being, it's a female, why is she still being, or no, it's either, it's a female energy, but it could be I think it's a young male who maybe was trans. Yeah, that's it. Identified as, or this was back in the day when it wasn't considered trans, but just going in drag, so. Afraid to step forward, just afraid. All right, let's see what's the next card. Positive vibes only. I love this. All right, healing hand. Justice. Raguel or Raguel? That's a really intense angel of justice with the arms out and the big halo and wings and up on the pillar. Fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor, don't give up. I swear to you, when I saw fight for injustice, I saw the word inequality. But it says fight for justice and equality, which that makes sense. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a by birth male. Very slight in build. Yeah. He was on his own. No one really, other than the people in his own circle and community, missed or even knew he was gone. Other people just wrote him off. What is it that the energy is very calm, though. I think he's started the process of transitioning, and he's kind of come to terms with what has happened, but he's still in that human state of mind. And so there's Denny. I guess he is going to get a little, I've got stones that covers it, but maybe he's not feeling as old as I thought. Message taken and received. All right, so you are not a throwaway. What about the justice that is lingering? What about the justice? Because that is still things hidden. This, the person who killed him, this was not anywhere close to where I live. It was in a much bigger city. I'm not even sure if it was in the States, but it was in a large metropolitan area. This was someone who was kind of undercover and dating this person who was murdered, but the murderer was someone who was dating this person, but secretly wouldn't only wanted to be seen with you in the cover of night and in the areas where it would be accepted and not questioned, because everybody knew who this person was. Just charming, delightful, witty, life of the party, social butterfly for sure. So why be anything else is what I'm hearing. Doesn't want to be identified. It's still within the lifetime of some people. Oh, I get it. The justice is about to be handed out. So the person who was responsible for... Hold on. Denny! No. Well, it's fresh water. I just put it in there. I guess it... Denny, no, I don't... Hey, Denny! You know what? Cats lick their own butts. I think he'll be fine. All right. Back to this. God, this is how scattered I am today. Oh, and this person had some ADHD, so that's why they didn't do well in school, and they had trouble focusing. Very bright, but just had trouble focusing. Okay, so the person who is responsible for this poor person's death, and it was almost, it wasn't premeditated, it was more of a crime of passion because of fear of exposure. The person who's living, who's responsible, is on his deathbed. He was married, he's got an adult child with a grandchild now, but he's a young man still, relatively speaking. But he ended up with some form of cancer. And a lot of that is because of the internalized guilt. Interesting. So this murdered person has been gone long enough, but has been kind of 1 foot in the other side, 1 foot out. And is still in a human state, but aware enough and has come to terms enough and has watched. It was never right. It was nothing about it was right. But the person who murdered him spent years trying to make amends in other ways, but was never held or brought to justice. But the justice is being meted out now, and this young man is lingering to walk him over. And that will be how that karmic chapter will shut. This is an extraordinary person. Oh, and he's like, thank you. You are. You're an extraordinary person. All right, so what is the message for the collective? If you don't need me to do anything for you, if it will resolve itself very shortly, probably by the end of this month, if that long. So what is the message for, why are you coming through right now? A ringing in the ear, just a sound of a ringing in the ear. The message is, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities around you. If your ears are ringing or buzzing, or if you're unsure of someone or where you are, listen to that intuition. This deceased person knew that there were red flags, and the other person in this equation was damaged and wounded, but never thought he would hurt him. The message is, someone needs to hear this, that you can't control the outcome of someone else's internalized hatred. So understand that you deserve better than to be kept in the dark. And I'm hearing a new day is dawning. So that means something to someone specifically, I think. Okay. He's going to leave now. He's going to go stay at the bedside of the person ready to transition. Wow. I didn't expect that. Well, no wonder things have been so disjointed. Okay, I'm starting to get some clarity. I'm starting to get a little bit of clarity now. And starting to feel more like myself. So that's good. And the word justice is very important today. Sometimes what I'm also hearing is that justice is not always something, it's not always meted out in the way we think it will be or that it should be, but it ends up being the way that is best for growth. Be aware that justice is not always on your terms. That's the message. But there will always be a sense of closure. That's a huge message. Wow. Okay. Well, just a little intensity for the morning. Okay, I'm going to go to my handy dandy go-to pocket light seers. All right. Need to shake that energy off. Now, what is the message? That door closed. So now, what is the message? They're saying take this one that was jumped out on top. Yeah, someone's cocooning and grieving. Let yourself grieve, cocoon, heal, do what you need to do to mend a broken heart. And this one on top, the star. A brighter day is coming. And there's that silver thread leading up to your higher self. Bring your higher self in today. I think that came up yesterday about a higher self. Call on your higher self to merge and be with you, to give you the answers you need. Okay? That's Denny. He's just hanging out there. A sweet man. He's going into the vet for his senior checkup and some blood work. Make sure he's okay. Or this coming week anyway. All right, what is the message for the collective? It feels so quiet. This one jumped out. King of Wands. Oh, someone's got some fun energy coming toward them. Lion in the back. This is someone who is, I feel like this is someone outside of you. This is not about you. This card isn't your energy. I feel like this is an outside energy coming in. This is a king who is confident. I mean, look at that pose. Just casual, easy, confident. But with the strength of a lion and carrying their own staff and light of self-awareness. This is someone who knows, it could be male or female, but it's, I think, the more masculine energy in this case. This is someone who knows what he wants. A decision has been made. So in some situation around you, a decision has been made. Just remember that. Okay. All right. And that could be in any area of life. All I know is that it involves something that will impact you, but it is a decision that has been made in a very grounded and settled way. This is not a fly-by-night kind of thing. Geez, is it just me, or does it feel like there's... I feel like I'm swimming through marshmallow fluff. I mean, you know, I don't know how else to put that. What a strange feeling. It's almost like being out of time and place, and you're just sort of, you know, I expect to hear a recording of whale sounds in the background or something. I mean, it's just weird. All right, all right, enough. We don't need that any longer. All right. The Thelema Lenormand. All right. This one was in my mind as well this morning. You are going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. All things are coming into fruition in the timing that will best suit all involved. You are learning and growing. You are making peace with who you are and where you are. Don't let others challenge your peace. That's what I heard. Don't let others challenge your peace or your sense of knowing. Be strong, because everything you want is right around the corner. You just have to believe that you are deserving of it, and it will be there. One more? Okay. All right. All right. And I blow on the cards often, or on my hands, on my palms, when I'm, you know, just, it's your breath is your connection to the all that is, because it is your life force. Without it, you would die. Nothing will kill you faster than lack of oxygen. You can go without food or water for not long, but for a little bit. But oxygen, no. That is, it is your life. It is your life force. So it is a way to cleanse. A lot of people use sunlight, salt, moonlight, prayer, whatever you want. But for me, there's nothing more life-affirming and cleansing and breathing your energy and your thoughts and your words into things than your breath. All right. So, what is the message? Show us that, because it was not much of a message about that King of Wands. Show us the message. What is that? Give me more information about that, because someone is, I think for someone, they don't even know this is coming. Yeah, someone in the collective, or a group in the collective, you're not even aware that this is happening, or you might. No, you're not part of the decision-making process. And this is just coming straight out at me. Yeah. So in this deck, and this is, I would say, whenever, I don't know, when is Easter? Is it coming up in April, I think? So sometime in the next month and a half, I think, to 2 months, an offer is going to be made for whatever it is that's part of this decision. It could be relocation, it could be a new job, it could be a romantic partner, it could be whatever it is. It could be news of a birth or an impending birth. It could, whatever it is, it's something new or a change. But you don't know it's coming. You don't see it coming. All right, what else? Anything else? Is there anything else, or was that usually with this you have at least two? Oh gosh, I do feel very strange today, though. All right. Okay, and this is the scythe, which generally means a sharp. Oh gosh, I just feel so dizzy. Okay, so this usually means closure. Well, in this instance, it means closure, I think. It usually, oh gosh, it usually means a swift, distinct end, and it could be perceived as negative or positive, really. Usually this is considered an ending, but I do think that this, in this case, you're not going to be getting an offer and then a swift ending, so, or an ending of an old way, ending of strife, ending of uncertainty, ending of an ending of something. Something, one chapter is going to close so this other one can open. All right, and it's going to be. All right, can you, Spirit, could you give me a card to show me in what area this is most predominantly based? What area of the collective's life is this most predominantly based? And also understand this is a general reading. It can't apply to everyone, but I do feel like this has multiple meanings. I do feel like it might have to do with a child or a conception. It could also be an offer of a new job, or education is coming up, something about education. But this is a group mentality. This is a group of people. And sometimes they can be a little gossipy. So be ready for that. But it doesn't matter. I don't think that's a dogwood tree behind them, but I just keep hearing. So sometime in the spring, the spring is being reinforced when the dogwoods are in bloom. And in this area, that's usually around Easter too, I think. There's going to be a lot of, I'm hearing, there's going to be, they're saying ignore the normal message of this card. They're saying there will be a lot of singing, a lot of happiness, and a lot of joy. It feels good. And there's going to be a healing of faith, a healing of heart, a healing of faith and a healing of heart, and believing that things are possible. There's going to be a regeneration. Oh, that's the regeneration. Yeah, that's the regeneration from earlier that was coming up. One time I had a dream, because this is what they keep showing me, and it won't go away, so I must need to talk about it. I had a dream, and it wasn't a dream per se, it was a visit. And I was on the other side, and someone that I just adored, this young girl she was one of my students, started out as one of my students, and ended up meeting, becoming friends with her family, and they were very welcome and kind of the type of people that bring everybody in, and this was one of the kindest young people you could ever imagine, and she ended up being killed in an accident. A car hit her crossing the street, and I sometime later had a dream about her welcome home party on the other side, because there are very often parties for people, and I was in this. It was like a round structure with all these columns, and inside the area of columns in the perimeter, there were all these beings, and they were singing a song, and they were calling energy and pushing it down while they were singing this song, and pushing it down into basically us, the humans, the people living on Earth. Whenever there's a call for healing, they would sing the song of healing and push it down into the earth. And I remembered the song. I knew it. I don't know it now, but I remembered it then. And I was like, oh gosh, I missed this so much. And so I stood with the group and I started singing the song of healing and pushing it down. And then the people who were preparing for this young woman's big entrance, they stopped because they could feel the difference in my energy as being human and just kind of astrally traveling to get there. And they turned, they were like, you can't be here. You're not supposed to be here. This isn't, you're not, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that right now. I'm like, but I know it. I remember it. And they're like, but it's not for you to do right now. And so I realized, okay, I can't stay. And I'd already been there once in my near-death experience, but but it was, that's what they're showing me, because it was a healing. It was a healing of heart. It was a healing of all things. Everyone was so interconnected. And that's the image I'm getting in my head when I talk about regeneration, rejuvenation, healing of spirit and faith, healing of heart, and a new beginning. That's the kind of healing I'm talking about. So if you would today, if you were so inclined, again, you have free will, but if you just hold your hands up and receive the energy that is being pushed down toward us, and and that's also why humming, singing, or just the vibration of sound is so important and part of the healing process, because it connects and helps to bring that healing to us. So just for a moment, ask for healing in all areas and in all ways. And then allow yourself to receive it. But you have to allow yourself to receive it. If you don't, it will just go around you like it's water shearing off a bubble, or, rolling off a bubble around you. You have to be willing to open and allow it in. And that is the essence of divine healing. Divine healing by a collective, for the collective. Well, I sure didn't expect any of this, but what a lovely, lovely message. Thank you all. Yes, indeed, positive vibes only. Healing of the heart, healing of belief, healing of self, just healing. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. It is with the greatest gratitude and love I thank you. And I thank all of you for being here. Take care of yourselves. I don't feel shaky. I feel okay now, so that's good. Although I'm really hungry now. All right, everybody. And somebody wrote about making cinnamon rolls. All right. I've had a lot of sugar lately. I got to scale back. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And be good to yourselves. And ask for that healing. I love you. Bye.